35 degrees, December 31st. It's freezing out here. So this is mulberry. It's end of the year. Figure I just kind of do a little walks around, look at my stuff, document, listen to a little bit of Copperhead Road in my ear. This was Miss Kim. So you take a regular mulberry, you graft it with this. This is from Asia. I'm doing some artsy fartsy stuff. I thought about putting some air pruning bags here and trying to get these things to air prune. So these are two different varieties. See the difference in the bark? So one's Miss Kim and one's Everbearing. And I get some fruit. So apple tree, decorative. I don't know the name of it. Bee box, I need to check on that. Great wall of kin. Like used. So I like to have a little bit of thing to do while I'm out here waiting on the kids off the bus. Make it look nice. Also kind of block the road. So cedars. Take a cedar, transplant it. Get these concrete blocks, move the tractor. I'm not killing my back. Car. Clear. So these car. So I got my Felco here. Clear. So over on this end, there's corkscrew willows. And then let's see here. Take a picture. So all I have to do is take a cutting of any of these and stick them in the ground and they clone. And so then I shape them every year. By the way, yeah. So you can see all these different willows are growing. People use them for baskets. I like it for my wall. Look at that down there, how it just... This is a third winter, so if that makes any sense. Put on my little warm finger deals. So let's see here. Got one of these little deals here. All this can be planted in the ground just by sticking it in the ground, like to there. And it'll grow. Then I shape them. See how it makes it real nice. Blocks the road in the summer especially. Call this copacing. Trim it back every year. Now, this is 1 year growth. This is 2 year growth. Car, Harvey. Clear. Maybe I'm turning into a mammoth or something. I got another one I'm working on. I think I'm gonna turn them into antlers. So that one's yellow or orange, and this one's black or green. I can't tell which. That one's yellow, and then the other one's red. And so you can see, boom, car. Toasty fingers. So you could bend these things wherever you want and just shape them. Then all this gets cut down, and you can use the giant baskets, I reckon, or stuff in the garden, or living stakes. You push these in the ground, they'll grow. I gotta cut them off though. That's 2 years of growth. I just wanted to see what it would do. I think it's neat. So down here you can see where, and I can lay these back down into here or cut them really short and they'll start growing from the bottom and they'll lock in. So if you got stream bank control, erosion control. So yeah, it's just kind of a roundup. Finishing out the year, the old Harvey. He's been healed up from his surgery. Old dogs get surgeries, tumors removed and such. So let's see here. So yeah, there's yellow, red, and orange. I'm growing this one into itself. So now these two, I don't know, I just think it's neat. Might be pagan. So, keep this row here trimmed up. Trying to promote a hedgerow on the right and a path. Got a spruce. This is a bunch of the wild plum I planted, possibly foolishly. Might have to move that with a piece of equipment. White pine. So there's a lot of these pine trees I've got in here. I've been kind of like making them into yard trees or bonsai, but with the way all these blackberries are growing, I need something to shade them out. And there's some more, all that woody right there, tree wood, I call these woodies. They're taking over. That's that wild plum, but I don't know if I like it. I'm starting to get less and less friendly to spiky trees. So these are all hazelnuts. Edible. There's some wild plum in there too. I've cut it back. It's for the quail, the rabbits. This is a Bradford pear that popped up, but I've grafted it. See right there? Grafted it right there. I don't know the variety. It's a Ukrainian. I don't take note of. I do so many grafts every year. I don't just throw a metal tag on it. Roseyanka. And then if they take, I record them. So I gotta update my computer. There's 3 different varieties on that one tree though. So then like this, I need to cut this off. It's in the wrong spot. It'll eventually be a problem. It'll be a weak part on the tree. And I'm also trying to do like a vertical thing so I can maintain a tunnel, and I'll show. Matter of fact, we're gonna go up to that here in a second. And so I got a little tool so I don't have to bend over. I'm gonna cut all that mulberry off. I'm not grafting them. Overgrown orchard. So this is a little pine thicket I made. And this year the tree should really take off. It's been here for 4 years, see? You can tell 1, 2, 3, yeah. That's a cedar I left. I've got a whole bunch of field of early succession growth, but this stuff I've kind of been, just so it kind of gives me some privacy on the property. We'll go this way. Watermelon crawl. So if I had help, somebody wants to come out, take those right there. I clear this out. I lay these vines right here. And see, right now they're already rooted. Every single one of these black raspberries I have, black raspberries, not black berries, are bigger than a nickel. I think the name is called Jewel. So this whole thing will root, if I can get it, it'll root right there at the buds. Bud, where there's buds, it'll either root or it'll send up leaf, and then you can just cut it. That's an apple tree I need to clean up. It's got about 5 different varieties on it. Metal cage on the bottom's because of the dang rabbits. So I just came in here and cleaned this up a little bit, but I gotta clean up a little bit more. Another apple. There's an apple. I had a really bad genetics on it. I had to cut the branches off and restarted it. Kind of did it wrong, but whatever. And then get a pear. So let's see here. I probably should record for my own sanity. Raja Mansu. So if you look, Raja starts right there. See the difference in the bark? See the old tag wire? Same with the Mansu right here. Me. Tinasui, probably going up. And Sanguil is right there. I've had some of them, they're pretty good. Someone didn't take care of the vines, but they are cut off at the base. They're gonna heal. So, nodule is right here, that little graft. And I just gotta keep the other branches cut back. And so, that Tenasui is a really quick grower. Look at this. From here up is this year's growth. Yeah, that's at least 6 foot of growth. And so if you got Bradford pears, just like that stick over there, all you need is 2 buds. So you take this stick, you cut it off. Let's just say it's this one. Take 2 buds and slide underneath the cambium layer, right underneath the bark, and rubber band it and paraffin tape it, and boom. And it's obviously easy on these trees because look, pears 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 varieties on that one tree. It's a library. And so if you need genetics, you can always talk to England's Nursery down in Kentucky. Cliff will hook you up. I bought a lot of these genetics from him. So let's see here. So these are apples. So see the mulberry popping up in there? I gotta get that out of there. It's garbage. And then I don't want to use herbicide here because I'm trying to grow morels, and I don't know if they're gonna have an interaction. But it's a lot more work to not use herbicide. It's a lot more cutting. And so this is one I grafted this year. Man Fang. So I cut it right here up, put this on a different tree now, and have this as the backup, and it'll continue to grow. And I left these in case of deer damage. I'd rather the deer mess with these branches than that one. I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once. Hell on wheels. Alright, so this is an apple. I've got Wolfen River on one branch, Enterprise, Liberty. And last year we had I want to say a late frost. And the year before that we had a early warm up and a late frost. So this will be hopefully the first year I get fruit on all these trees. Mother apple. And so I gotta trim this out, but when I trim this out, I need to figure out how to clone them, or find somebody who wants to sign on, at least with some of it. And so this is a pawpaw tree. So over here is I use the solar panels to generate from my pond water purification, and it takes that, and once we do reverse osmosis with a couple other things, then we use the extra energy to make hydrogen and oxygen. We compress those down into liquids into different tanks, and I use that as a battery storage for when I need it, but only when we're overproducing. And then we can also take with our carbon constrictor, we can take that, anyway, it doesn't matter. Take that, add some carbon in there with your hydrogen, now you got methane. So if you want natural gas. So, or that was all bullshit, who knows. Either way, the solar panels are what they are. So this is my nuke yard. I don't have the health to be lifting the 10 frames. I can barely move these 8s, but I got the 8s and the 5s. And so there's 5 frames in here, There's 8 frames in here in each box. And so that might be a spot I use for extra storage. I don't know. Either way, all this is testing yard. So the last couple of years, 10, I take bees and I break them down and make them build their own queens. And so you'll have a queen in here. You got a queen excluder so that she can't get above. And typically you remove that, switch it out with a double screen board, and they can control the heat. And my hopes is that you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 4 queens in a system. So that's what I'm trying to do. And then like this box, I think it was extra storage. I was concerned that they were going to overproduce their 10 frame box with honey in the fall. And so you could see they've been cleaning it out a little bit. Right there. See all the decapped comb, and yeah, I saw them the other day working. And so there's another hive up on the hill. Alright, so back to those pine trees I was trimming earlier. So, I gotta get this out of here. See how I trim it up? If you look down, yep. And so now on a cold, windy day, you just walk through here and all the wind stops, and you can feel the microclimate because it holds the temperature. And it's got different kinds of mycelium. I forget what that mushroom's called. I wouldn't eat it. But it's big enough that I can get my UTV or a Jeep through here. And so, usually, I must have got a hair up my butt. Usually I come through here with the kids and we'll make like a winter fort. And so I have to reevaluate. But we had some unexpected construction with water lines. But like that branch right there, a couple of those, I can take a pole saw and I can drop those into here and you make like a little fort. But like this side, see how that one's on the left? You know, it's probably fine, but now I got 2 main leaders. See how there's 2 main trunks going up? So I prefer the one that's over here, first one that's over here. Just because I want more sunlight, because more sunlight means this thing will be thicker. And so, and then I've inoculated all these woods. Oh, look, puffballs. There it is, that was cool. Yeah. So I've inoculated this whole thing with mycelium from morels. And obviously it's good habitat because there's 2 different mushrooms you just saw. But if you've ever seen the movie The Labyrinth, that might have had a part of my childhood. So tulip poplars, great for honey. This one I might have hit with the tractor years ago, so dang it. Or a trailer. But great for bees, great for lumber. Not the highest dollar, but is a lumber. These probably won't amount to much. Then again, it is competing, so maybe in 100 years, 80. But until then, I've inoculated with morel mushrooms. It's not a chinkapin oak, it's not a bur oak, it's one of them giant oaks. But I got that from a World War II guy, lived 2 doors down. They were his babies, and I was like, I'll take some nuts. Yeah, old Oliver. R.I.P. Oliver. Let's see here. So, Norway spruce. Some would call that a juniper tree, but common name is red cedar. White pine. That tree is the tree that built America, thanks to England and their masts. But we're not going to talk about that. And I got a giant sequoia here. And I doubt it ever does anything, but if it could live another 2 years, it's been there 2 years already. If it can live another 2 years, they're supposed to grow 5 to 6 foot a year, but this soil is just not good for it, or I'm not doing something right. Maybe not enough weed management. There's a fort. So, kind of see what was there. But you get enough of it, it'll get you out of the wind. It's fun for an adventure. Little vernal pool. The whole classroom today round up. So the water table's back up. So crayfish, frogs, amphibians, all kinds of critters. And it helped to build this up a little bit. There's a pipe that's been there for years, and they already built it up a little bit, but this made it so it was level. So if a vehicle needs to get out there. So cedars, hazelnuts, pawpaw. I haven't really looked at this yet since I've done it this spring. Oh look, neither of them survived. What a shame. Okay, well, I believe from here up though is Kentucky Champion. And so, wonder why I did that. Weird. So there's that. And then this is one of my friends that passed away, Jerry Lehman at Terre Haute. Old Korean vet. Did all kinds of wonderful things for the pawpaw persimmon world. See them right there? Those are flowers. This will be the first year it does it. And that was hand pollinated by 2 of his cultivars. And at the time, he was selling those seeds for $9 a seed to the Koreans and the Ukrainians. So I'm hopeful. As one of his last hand pollinated things, I should have had 2 of them, but nature. So when there's Jefferson. Hazelnut. So, Proc is an acceptable tree. It's just what it is. I'll eat it. It has its reasons. It's an American. But up here, I've switched over to UT02 or JT02. Right there, I grafted that this spring. It has already put on 3 to 4 foot of growth. So, I will probably phase this tree out of it being Proc, because it and its sister here are the same tree. Grafted with the same genetics, just as I did with that and that. I will keep the mother tree. But, yeah, I'm kind of upgrading. These are genetics I got from Cliff, that he did hand pollination, cultivation over the years. And look at that, 3 of them. What is that? Same thing. So I got JT02 on this tree and JT02 on that one. And I might get some. This is all this year's growth. That branch will be as big as my thumb come spring, I bet. Just because how much they can grow in the winter. It's amazing. So then you have, this is a Ukrainian hybrid. That is a cross between American and Asian. And it was done in Ukraine, named roseyanka. And here at the last day, New Year's Eve, and I'm still eating them off of here. Just to prove a point. Just to prove a point. So you have to cut them off. Just because you have to cut them off. Alright, so this is roseyanka. I have spoken bad about this all season. But here in the late season, it's just absolutely pleasant. It's like a cold pudding. Yeah. I don't know how it preserves so well on the tree. but it does. But it does. Well, that's about it. That one's H120. Oh, wait. There we go. That one's H120. That's my favorite. That roseyankas turned out to be pretty good this late in the season. Look at them bluebirds. Bluebirds, you're drunk. Go home. So if I go up here, there are a couple other varieties that are still in the tree, but I ain't eating them. I've had them. No. Like these just fell off. Deer magnet. So a lot of guys sell that variety. My opinion, it maybe has a reason I don't know about, but I ain't selling it. So I don't even know what varieties these are right here. Oh, here's the tag. Union Star. So, oh. Looks like a little dried out fig. Nah. See how it's all, nah. I'm good. Alright, till next time. Bye-bye. See you.